For defenestration, I'm Katie Berry, and we are here with keynote speaker.
Just an MC with a temper. Whether your parade, whether looking short temper. It's kiss, waving fingers like Matumbo. I am on top, summer soul, I never tumble. Jumpers dance, feeling like they manufacture life.
First of all, can you just tell us a little about yourself? Where did you come from? How long have you been here?
Right. I was originally born in D.C. And then when I was 3, I moved here with my family, and I've been a Virginia Beach kid ever since.
And what made you want to get involved in music? Like, when did you start thinking about music?
I really didn't start probably till a later age than most. I started writing at 13, and we did it as a joke at first, but it kind of snowballed into something serious as time went on.
All right, and you spoke a little bit about your inspirations. Who are your inspirations?
Right. Overall, just musically, it's all over the place. Being from Virginia Beach and being so diverse, it's rock, jazz, hip hop. I mean, there's a whole lot of influences that go into it.
Do you have any local artists that you aspire to be like or that inspire you?
Right, there's plenty of people. Growing up around here, those are people that kind of inspired me locally to keep going. Poet-wise, there's Marco Mercado. Hip-hop-wise, people like Jay Farrow, Intellect, A Driver, Hen, Soul Son. I mean, people that they're not, they're in hip-hop is so competitive, but they're people that I look up to and want to be better than, but I respect what they do as well. Absolutely.
All right. And I know you originally were in a band. You're still kind of in a band. It's taken a little bit of a hiatus. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. The band is Funk Boogie, and it was kind of a rock and rap type fusion. We did a bunch of shows, and the reason why it's kind of not now is, people grow older, they got jobs and things like that, and with a band, it's hard to get together.
Why did you choose to go solo? I mean, I know you guys were kind of hard scheduling, but did you really were inspired to go solo, or? Right.
Well, being in a band, I was never a solo type of guy. It was a real transition. I'm the guy in the back that's shy, doesn't really talk much, even though I was always the front person in the band. My personality is not always out there. And solo-wise, it was just because with not being able to schedule things, musically, you want to get things out there, and waiting for the other bandmates was just kind of stifling. And then you would see all these people that you do music with putting out their own stuff, and you're like, why wait? I might as well just do something on my own while I'm waiting for the band to kind of mesh back together.
I know you have a solo project coming out. What's the name of that project?
The name is Late Punctuality.
Yeah, I'm going off like somebody went and flipped the switch. Some retire, but I will never call it quits. Perseverance.
How do you promote yourself? Is it a one-man band? Do you have a publicist? How does all that work?
No, I have no publicist. It's just me and the team around me.
Taking applications?
Yeah, taking applications. There's a publicist out there that wants to help. No problem. But, it's just really word of mouth. I try to do as many shows as possible when we get out there and try to spread the word. Using the internet is always a plus. Facebook, Bandcamp, Reverb Nation, Twitter. I'm on all of them. @KeySpeech for Twitter, so on and so forth. But it's just about getting your name out there. And like I said, I don't really have a team. I just have people around me that try to help get my name out there. And I try to, especially at live performances, get your name out there and network around with people that are there.
What do you think is the hardest thing to do as a local artist? Is it actually booking your shows or getting the word out? What do you think it is?
Right. I think being from here, the hardest thing is trying to separate yourself from the pack. And only because, not content-wise, but because there's so many people that do music out there, everyone has a flyer, everyone has a CD to pass out, and, you try to get people to listen to it, and it's like, all right, I've seen this before, guy, you know what I mean? And they pass it up. So the hardest thing is trying to market yourself differently and get yourself separated from the pack. When so many people do it, it kind of floods the market, and people tend not to listen. You have some that do, but you have a lot that'll just pass you by and say, all right, I've heard the guy down the street. You know what I mean? What makes you different? And you can't really prove it to them without them listening.
Well, what does make keynote speaker different? What separates you from the pack?
I just think my process, and my content, it's not really a mainstream hip-hop sound. I just take things that I think are important or funny or things that happen to me. It's not really I'm out here trying to get money or look at my car, because if you looked at my car, it's not that sweet anyway. But it's just a difference in my approach, I think, overall.
What is one of your favorite songs that you've ever been a part of, and why?
All right, I have to give you two, because I can't choose. But the first one is probably one of the first ones that kind of got me really serious. It's called Play It Again. It's produced by this dude Backdraft. At the time, the song content came from like where I was at, because I was a broke college student and nothing was looking good.
Questioning the currencies, tough time turbulence. Supposed to be a phase, but it feels so permanent. Game still learning it, soul still searching it. Really not giving much, but what's given, gotta work with it.
And I kind of wrote about that, so that was cool because people like that, and it kind of got me started inspiration-wise. And the newest one that I say that I enjoyed making was the WAC remix with Jay Farrell, Hand, and Intellect. Just because of Meeting of the Minds, man. I mean, it was people trying to outdo each other on the mic, and I think that makes great music.
I probably rap circles, geometric shapeshifter. What's the wallet size when you about the big picture? Wall murals, paraplegic, I can't stand these other rappers, so I plug my ears like a wall adapter. They bubble gum like a juicy fruit recipe, and I ain't playing when I'm saying everybody's whack to me.
From here, where does Keynote Speaker go? What's your plan? What's the future for you?
Honestly, man, and it sounds so cliche, but wherever the wind takes me, man. If it takes off, that would be ideal, and I would love to do music as a living type thing. But if rapping wasn't cool tomorrow, I'd still be in my room writing to random instrumentals.
All right, and we want to thank 37th and Zen for letting us do this awesome interview here, and thank you, Keynote Speaker, for talking to me. And for Defenestration, I'm Katie Berry.